You won't believe what Senator John Kennedy just uncovered in a recent Senate hearing. From universities misusing medical research funds to dead people receiving government grants. Yes, dead people. This is a takedown you have to see to believe. Stay tuned as we break down Kennedy's explosive questioning of HHS Secretary Xavier Becerra that's making waves across Washington.
I want to ask you about LIHEAP. Are you familiar with this GAO report they did on LIHEAP? LIHEAP?
I am not, Senator.
They found, they audited 7 states. They found 11,000 dead people getting LIHEAP grants. You familiar with that?
No, but that is pretty typical of many of the other programs that we're working with.
They found prisoners getting grants, didn't they? Were they using the grants to heat their jail cell? They found 1,000 federal employees getting the grants with federal salaries that greatly exceeded the income limits. They found some of those folks living in million-dollar homes. I got 18 seconds. Why do we allow highly processed foods in America?
That's a complicated question, but it's driven by profits, but to a food industry that is making money by poisoning American kids, and they don't do it abroad. They make the same products for Canada and for Europe that do not contain many of those chemicals.
You understand, Mr. Secretary, there's nothing you can do that's going to make many of my Democratic colleagues happy. You get that, don't you?
I do understand. I'm coming to understand that, Senator.
Yes.
If you thought that was bad, wait until you hear what the GAO found in the LIHEAP program. Were the prisoners using the grants to heat their jail cells? And that's not all. Federal employees with 6-figure salaries and folks in million-dollar homes were also cashing in. 11,000 dead people received energy grants meant for low-income families. This wasn't just sloppy accounting. This was systemic abuse of programs meant to help the most vulnerable. In a fiery close, Kennedy called out the American food industry for poisoning our children with ultra-processed foods, chemicals banned in Europe, but served on United States shelves. They don't do it abroad. Profit over people. It's a recurring theme, and Kennedy made it clear it needs to end.
In fact, isn't it true, Mr. Secretary, that you would like to see more money spent on medical research?
Obviously, I'm the secretary of this department. No secretary wants to see his budget cut.
Well, one way of doing that, it seems to me, would be to stop some of the stealing. And let me tell you what I mean by that. Let's suppose you give NIH gives a university $100 million to research, for medical research, to research a cure. And that university takes $30 million of it, doesn't spend it on the research. They use it to subsidize the rest of their university. Does that show a commitment to medical research?
No, and I mentioned before the example of Stanford, which was taking 78% in indirect costs, and we don't know what they were spending.
That's theft, isn't it?
It's not a good
in
way to
Louisiana,
spend
we call
federal
that stealing.
taxpayer dollars.
We call that stealing. Is there any doubt in your mind that a lot of universities are taking this NIH money, which is supposed to be spent on medical research, and using it to fund other parts of their university? Is there any doubt in your mind, Bobby?
Oh, and Senator, the other people who are writing grants, like the Gates Foundation, the Rockefeller Foundation, they pay 10% to 15% in indirect costs. We were paying 50, 60, 70%.
So in fact, what you're doing is adding money to medical research, not it.
We will be able to fund many, many, many more studies by eliminating that $9 billion, at least part of that $9 billion cost.
From bloated NIH spending to energy grants for dead people, Kennedy brought the receipts. Whether you agree with him or not, one thing's for sure, he's asking the questions that need to be asked. If you found this breakdown eye-opening, hit that like button, share this video, and subscribe for more deep dives into the people and policies shaping our country. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Is Kennedy right to call this theft? Should there be criminal investigations? Thanks for watching. Until next time, stay sharp, stay skeptical.